Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and back at it again on a terrific Tuesday night, folks. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. We got another live stream for you as we bring you all the action and all the reaction to it. It's going to be a fun one, folks. Lots to talk about, lots to get into. So get in that chat, click all the buttons, and strap in, strap on. Grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you NXT tonight. We're looking forward to this one. Lots to figure out as matches continue to build, more Evolution qualifiers, more title matches. We're going to get all into it. It's going to be a fun one. We got lots of news, lots of wrestling stuff. So again, blow up that chat. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind, what's good, what's bad, what's in between, and how you feeling out there. Hope everyone's happy, healthy, and safe. But me and this pretty face have you for the next couple hours, and it's going to be a good one on the show tonight. If you don't know who we are, well, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and yes, it's a scorcher literally on the show and outside as well, my guy. But Cross fans, we can rejoice. Karrion Kross finally has a PLE match.
He deserves it. And again, I think Sammy's the guy. I think Sammy's a good guy to kind of break you in and kind of push you. Sammy gets Karrion should put a beating on him, Nick. I'll be honest. But
right. Well,
Sammy's gonna have a good match.
Oh, absolutely. How do you feel though that it moved from like a 4-match card to like a 6-match card? It's really kind of fleshed out a bit here.
Yeah, I hope it's a sign that they are listening, that they've heard some of the fan base complain. I think 4 matches, and I've been a big advocate, smaller cards, longer matches, let people cook and let things speak. But to me, there's a happy medium in there. 4 might be too little, 15's way too much.
Right.
If we can land on that 6, 7, 8, and some matches go 30 minutes, some matches go 7. That not every match should be a 25-minute match. You have a hierarchy to build to, and I'm happy the Night of Champions is a 6-match card.
Absolutely. Now, granted, it might be lacking in championship matches.
True. I mean, we do get Cena Punk, but we will go with we'll see where that goes from the rest of the card. But again, very compelling stuff. I mean, even the fact that we're gonna run back some things we've seen before. But my bad. Tiffany and Nia are gonna be on SmackDown. That SmackDown next week is stacked. Like, we are live at 1 p.m. on Friday. And it's a really good pre-show.
It feels like night 1 of Night of Champions more than anything.
Yeah,
that's more championship matches than Night of Champions.
Right. So I believe 3 championship matches have already been announced for Friday. Tag titles on the line. The Wyatt 6 going after titles. Crazy. I know we talked about them being, very cold. And they haven't exactly... I don't think they came out of the gate this time swinging really hard. When they got this, I think it was last week or the week before, where they earned kind of the title shot. It wasn't the best of matches, very clunky. So I'm very intrigued by how this works.
Yeah, do they just become part of the division? Do they just become part of the scene? And while you were talking, I went back through and looked at the card. There is at least Jacob versus Solo for the U.S. title on Night of Champions as well. I thought that initially was on SmackDown.
No, so we get Nia versus Tiffy, we get the tag titles on the line, and we get the U.S. title in the women's division on the line. As Julia going after a U.S. title already. Let's go. So let's see if something happens big on the Friday to set the tone for the Saturday.
Oh, well, we're already going to get that title change. We've already talked about, Julia's pretty much been the next in line. We've talked about that for about 2 or 3 weeks before they announced anything with this. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's a title change right there.
Do you feel a little bad for Vega? We seem to like her, but not really.
She got what she was going to get.
Yeah, I just don't feel like she she's not clicking with the fan base.
Well, she clicks with certain fan bases, and in certain moments, she has really great moments.
Yeah.
It's the week to week might be more of the question.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's been the interesting part. So we'll see what happens on Friday tonight. A loaded night for those who don't know. I guess we'll mention real quick. Richard, Damien, Kyle, C, chat top 3 last night. So congrats to you guys. Thank you for participating. Thank you for getting in that chat, keeping it busy. And nice to see Richard on top of the mountain. Damien got humbled a little for once. Damien been on fire.
Right.
But yeah, don't forget our exclusive interview with PCO heading into his match at MLP. We'll talk more about that coming up. Last week, we saw Mariah May get taken out by JC Jane. I know some fans are there trying to spin it off like, look, Mariah's getting beat up already. Like, people are nuts. They're not really paying attention. But this was good for my money, and we'll see what blows back tonight.
Does she get involved or has anything to do with the women's fatal 4-way for the title match at Evolution versus JC Jane? Of now, she's obviously got a bit of a vendetta. Does she need to stake her claim in this? Does Blake Monroe go after a Fallon Henley? Does she go after Jasmine Inks before she gets to JC?
That's an interesting question, because how does she work into it? I do see her taking on at least Fallon. I know Jasmine's been nursing a bit of an injury. We haven't seen her work a whole lot. But yeah, I'm really like, there's so much talent in that group. And I like JC as champion right now. So I don't mind this building up. But again, NXT's shown if they announce that Mariah May is going to take on, or Blake Monroe is going to take on JC, that could be a title change on a Tuesday.
Going up on a Tuesday. I'm surprised that I'm the one that called her by her new name more than you.
You know me with names.
I know, but I'm normally the one that objects to the name changes.
Right. I don't object to them. I just don't get them right. But Tony D is going to take on Stax Heritage Cup. I didn't really know that either one of these guys had the Heritage Cup.
No, it's because Noam had it, got hurt. Noam gets struck down once again. Man's got all the bad luck because it was going to be Noam versus Stax. So now this has become this match because Noam is out there. I saw Ava did a tweet announcement, what have you.
Okay.
Cristofino's still been cutting videos of, you don't trust me, I'm going to let my actions show how much you trust me. But where's Rizzo? Where's Rizzo?
Rizzo's been MIA. It's a very good question. And you know what wrestling's like. The more someone's yelling, you don't trust me, I'll prove that you can trust me. He's going to prove that we shouldn't have trusted him. I think the story's been a bit belabored, so I do hope we get something strong here tonight about it.
Yeah, this feels more Gabagool than Sopranos a little bit. I know I've been a big fan of Tony and the family at times. Like you said, belabored's probably the best term to use for this. I'm sick of seeing it at this point. It's been all the kind of same matches, and we haven't really moved too far in any direction. Nothing's compelling me.
Yeah, no, for sure. So we need to pick this up. We need some type of, I almost think just give us a really strong conclusion and let's go our separate ways. Let's see what these guys can do, not connected to each other. Even if Stax takes over the family and they have to recruit another Paisan out there, well, we'll see. Maybe they bring back, Eichner, but we'll never know. But Fatal 4-Way, this one's crazy. Jordan Grace, the odds-on favorite here, or is it really up in the air?
It depends on, because Jordan Grace very much could have the title match with JC Jane. She's got the most history with her and everything, especially recently around the title scene. But does Jordan Grace need to be in a title match to get on Evolution? That's the thing. Jordan Grace could have a match with, maybe if a Trish Stratus shows up, or whatever.
I would love to see, sorry to interrupt there, Nick, but Jordan Grace, Beth Phoenix. I know, Beth's out there. I know she, I know she got cold, but I think it would be a really kind of, prototype A passing off to prototype B.
It would be super interesting. I think you'd have to really bend some bridges, I think, to get that causeway, but yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. I think she gets the title at Great American Bash.
So you don't have Jordan winning this?
Oh, see, this is where it gets tricky.
You can make a case for everybody else.
Oh, I think Lash is an absolute star. Like, to me, Lash, you take her and you put her on the main roster, she's fine. Like, if she was working right now with like Naomi, if she was like coming in as kind of a little bit of extra insurance for a character like Naomi, Lash could be great in that kind of role. She is, to me, yeah, she's a fair shot. If she was to win tonight, some people are going to talk about how it affects Jordan, but it's huge for Lash. Miss Parker. I got to put some respect on that name.
Miss Parker.
Interesting with Miss Parker because she really could go either way. Izzy's just coming to the forefront, but another big, powerful woman.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll try and be quick on this is because I forget we do have 3 minutes before we get started.
3 minutes.
But I think that there's a case that could be made of the other 3 women involved in this match would be very much a rise in a big rise in level, a big rise in stock. If they were to win this match, Jordan is already at that level. We're surprised. I'm kind of surprised Jordan's still in NXT.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't mind it right now because of, at least on the women's side of the dock, and I promise we're going to rapid fire some hellos real soon, folks. I just think that there's so much talent, they have to be very careful, right? Like, I'm nervous for Julia and Steph right now. Like, I love them. Now we see Julia going for that US title. I just don't want them to get cold because they're so good.
Fair enough. We have talked about the NXT log jams, and I will unlog this jam here.
Yes. We do this one real fast. So Zach, how you doing? You see anything major, click on it. But Ken, how you doing? Cherokee, Eric, Damian, the leader of the Hopium tribe, how you doing, buddy? Wrestling God, I hope you're in a good mood tonight. Behave, sir. TJ, how you doing? Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights, Jules and KC. Zach, I think I said your name. You were first tonight. The one and only's with us, and we do a prediction for every single match. So the one and only, stick around, make your predictions, and we'll tell you who we're picking as we go. Nick throwing a party tonight for Cross, I hear. Nick pumped.
Absolutely. Finally, they heard our voice.
That's it. I mean, you have to listen to the audience. NXT pumped. Brandon, how you doing? Spaz super chat. What's the best 2 wrestlers what is it saying? What's the best 2 wrestlers but in a ridiculous, absolutely no rules match, and the crowd will still love both of them after no matter how much. What are you doing to me? Much they kill each other. I say Briscoe's Owens. Let's come back to that one.
Fair enough. No, I agree with this. I got what he was getting at, but I kind of agree with his concept. It's an interesting one, but yeah.
No, it's really cool. I get it. Like the never die. Like, I mean, I just interviewed a guy that you can't
fight forever.
Right. Brandon, how you doing? OG Dale. Yes. TNA, it will be live. Again, but it's weird because they did,
but only not Canada.
Yeah, but not in Canada. And I don't, it's making no sense what TNA is doing right now. I hope they have a plan. But they had a live episode on Friday,
which was supposed to be the free version that you could get this week and everything on their TNA Plus. It's very fumbly bumbly. I tried to talk with Anthony about this last Thursday. It's very fumbly bumbly.
A little bit. It's like they got everything in beta right now. And they're trying to figure out what to go with. But Damien got you. Here we go. Jerome, Paul, I got the dum-dum. What up, Kyle, Roman, Brandon, Zach? Then
I'm at now. Let me know when you get to now.
Now, brown cow.
Let's go. It's so much easier now. And if you know me, we'll talk about it later on, but it's so much easier now.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow along at home. You can watch, and we'll all be together. Just NXT kicking off. We're not done saying hello to everybody, so get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Click that little reaction button as we kick off with Lash, a legend on the screen.
Absolutely.
Jason, Brandon, Dale got you.
Well, Brandon, Jason, bring up the point of Oh, I thought he was saying about, sorry, I won't make it to the Friday chat here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. We don't get SmackDown at 8 p.m. Yes. Oh, yes. SmackDown will be at 1 p.m. for the international audience and everything because they get it because it's going to be over in Riyadh, but the domestic audience, the U.S. audience, still at 8.
The good news, Jason, is you can watch. Just go. It will be right on top. You hit the button. You can watch us at the same time of watching the show. It's like you were right there with us.
Right.
Jada Parker. So they're giving us kind of the old school, green screen promo from each wrestler in the Fatal Four, explaining why they're going to win tonight. So very interesting. Liam, welcome. How you doing? Phoenix, again, good to see you. Thank you for that super chat, sir. Chris, Jose, John C, Russell Rance back in the house. Chris is with us. C Money. Kyle, who was number 1 last night, was he not? But welcome, Paul. I think I got everybody, Nick.
Well, I got Russell Rance. I see John C. Spaz out here with a $2 super chat. Walk with the Phoenix, Osprey versus Stax. No, what?
I would like. I mean, even like I like the idea of like an Osprey Kevin Owens one day, in the sense of they're both very brash. And KO can go high fly, but he's the type of guy to slow down an Osprey. Like, I think that matchup, they say, the matchup as we get Trick coming out. But yeah, I think it's a really good kind of mix of styles.
Absolutely. As it seems like we're kicking off with the TNA title match, Trick versus Jensen.
This match means not much.
Yeah. Well, I like Jose here. Sun's out, guns out, KJ.
Sun's out, guns out. There is a heat wave, folks, and this is I actually think the first time that I actually succumb and said screw it.
Well, you're looking extra Kevin Owens here tonight. You're already talking about your brother from another Canadian mother, so you're looking extra Kevin Owens.
I gotta do like the duct tape
KJ.
I gotta do like the duct tape.
That needs to be coming soon in the merch store, folks. The duct tape KJ shirt.
Right. I gotta make sure I don't infringe, but
they're different letters. He doesn't own the fucking alphabet.
Let's
John
go.
C. What up? There was, I know you're putting up the poll up here. Jason, I saw you had one comment about, there it is. I'm not risking going to jail with an illegal stream. I will say this, and I might, I will drop it in the Discord. I've now found a free VPN that I'm using. So now me and KJ are straight on that Canadian timeline here. So, yeah.
That's very interesting. Maybe if you peek around the Discord, you might find some assistance. I don't know. But, yeah.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Are people really going to jail for that shit?
No. Well, I mean, Christ, let's be honest. It's America. You're going to jail for less.
When did he add a skull?
Yeah,
he's got a smoking skull on his shoulder as Briggs riding through this world. I don't know what's going on with Briggs.
Papa Shango, be proud. Or he's Mortis. He's who better than Canyon? Who better than Briggs?
Let's go. I got a bit of a gripe because this should be Yoshi's match. Now Yoshi gave it to Briggs, I guess, out of like
I don't want to do the job, you do the job.
Right, but Yoshi got the pin. This should be Yoshi.
Right. John C. VPN ain't been working for me. The stream's just cut out. Shaking my head. Well,
oh no.
Like I said, not sponsored. May have a hookup.
Right. How you doing, Anthony? How you doing, sir? Is that Yoshi or Briggs? Is that Yoshi on Briggs' shoulder? Yeah, maybe it's Jensen. That's what happened to Jensen.
After he got kicked out of the culling, he got fully cold.
He's just
and it's just so weird because he just kept doing like this shit the whole time of like, look at my shoulder.
Right, like my shoulder. Isn't it cool? Speaking of
fucking, I got a sweet skull. Fucking badass, man. It's like the guy that gets a mom heart tattoo and a fucking sweet tattoo.
Come on now.
But so, folks, let us know who you got for this match. I think it's far away obvious it's not Shoulder Man or popping the top on a case of Trick NA.
I'm shocked that 18% picked Briggs. Is that just our few that like to mix the pot?
Mm-hmm. That's what I feel like is probably kind of more that mix there of stir the pot. I'm surprised how much percentage did nothing get.
I didn't put nothing on this one. I figured somebody was going to win. I don't know.
No,
why.
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you get the potential. Holy shit, that man launched. Oh. Maybe a potential Mike Santana run in or anything like that.
Absolutely. That'd be interesting. I mean, I can't imagine anybody from NXT taking the belt off Trick. Could you imagine there was like Trick loses to an NXT talent?
Well, not just an NXT talent, but like to Josh Briggs. Like Briggs you just work for TNA now, Briggs.
Right? You do the job. We don't want Trick doing the job. You go do the job for Santana, please.
Yeah, but that very much you would get people up in arms of like Dave devaluing.
I would. Yeah, I'd be right there with you. That's nonsense.
Trick is still a former NXT World Champion, top of the card guy, top talent guy who almost should be on the main roster. So him as champion makes sense versus Briggs. Look at my skull and my partner Yoshi. Like this man's just playing Mario Party type shit.
I will say, I think that Briggs has a lot of upside. I think Briggs is young. He's big. He just hasn't really found himself yet. But I do think the guy has hope.
I hope he finds something because he's very kind of starting to feel like that Tony D'Angelo. There's always some people that just feel like they're stuck in NXT.
Yeah, I mean, and that's always the case. It's like that career guy that never gets out of, the farm team, right? Like,
right.
He just, great guy, great utility, just never found his way to that next.
He'll get a call up every now and then when you open the roster up for the playoffs or something, but then he goes back down to AAA.
Absolutely. So, I mean, I think Briggs has time. Like, he has a lot of runway. Yoshi's interesting to me because he's an older fella, and I've learned to love the guy. I mean, I'm mad that I want a Yoshi splash tonight.
I wish Briggs and Jensen never broke up at this point. I think they would be a really solid addition to probably the main roster tag team division if they never split them up.
But even as kind of a team, if you kind of brought Jensen back with his mullet, maybe he wears leather too, and they are a bit of the riding through this world together. A viable counter to like a Hank and Tank.
The Snores of Anarchy strike again. They ride again.
Both men are exchanging big clotheslines here. I like the pace of this match.
Absolutely. Well, this is two guys. Like if this was for a shot at the NXT title, I would almost believe Briggs could have a chance at winning.
Oh, yeah. Trick and Yosh face to face. Trick's throw. Oh, Yoshi catches a hand. Oh,
it's a big boot.
Timmy, how you doing? The opening package is good. Yep, it is. Right. So we go to commercial break. Now you're not going to get a commercial.
I know. It's super. Well, I had before picture. But now I just get straight no commercial here.
Right? You get I dig it. You get an audio blink and it just keeps going. That's all you get.
Yes. So again, folks, the Discord link is in the description of the video, as well as I believe the description of the channel as well.
Right.
We might have a hookup for you because I'm testing it out and it's working pretty well.
Right. For like the fourth week in a row, no NXT here in Atlanta. That's crazy, Anthony. I had no idea. Why not, though?
Because he keeps getting the WNBA. He keeps getting the Atlanta Dream.
The WNBA bump stuff in your country?
I mean, I don't live in a big WNBA market, so I don't know.
That's crazy. We wouldn't know. I don't think that would draw enough to bump
just
something.
No.
No offense.
Until we say this, just no.
I have to. There's got to be more people watching NXT than WNBA. Let's be real. Come on now.
But it's an Atlanta-based thing. It depends on especially your local markets and everything. That's why you see TNA especially has a lot of still affiliate deals when it comes to if you live in this sort of geographical area, you can get an actual live feed of TNA on your regular cable programming.
Okay.
Versus,
okay.
well, same. That's what they're doing with the TNA with YouTube, because
Okay.
TNA has to do with Sportsnet. That's why they're not airing it in Canada. So I think it might be one of those type of deals of the cable provider already has a deal with this and that and the third. So that what has to take precedent.
Both men
Bold man,
doodle.
Weeble Wobbles.
Yoshi giving the match to Briggs is dumb. Dumb might be a strong word, Richard. I don't think it should be the way, but they're telling a story here. So
what story?
Is it my choice? No. Do I think it's dumb? Dumb might be strong.
I don't know. But yes, Anthony, agreeing with you. Yup, KJ. WNBA is bumping NXT.
That's crazy.
Grow the mullets, become mullets of mayhem.
Mullets of mayhem. Lady B with the names, man. Yeah, absolutely.
But Spaz with a $10 super chat. Yoshi versus Tozawa versus Dark Shin Knock. Also, positive vibes to everyone, no matter where you are. Hearts all over the world. Hope everyone's happy, healthy, and safe and sane. Hashtag HHSS. Hashtag WFU. Yes, no. Will seems like, Night of Champions might still be able to happen and everything. So all seems to be going. They're slightly dysfunctional, but still somehow rational in the world.
Yeah. This weekend's interesting here on the channel, folks, as we are still going through a battle for the TNA title. We legit have Friday at 1 o'clock, Saturday at 12:30, and then Sunday at 6:30. So click that little bell.
We're doing brunch with the boys all in one weekend.
Right? All the brunches.
Right? KJ, you just scrolled past my comment, which is the answer to me and Anthony are in Atlanta. Fair enough. Well, man, cool.
I haven't got there yet.
John C., I'm trying to find you. The last I saw you, Trick is perfect on NXT and TNA.
ATL Dream Basketball again. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Braves right now in control, though. Big back elbow.
Bum, 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 bum.
Now, see, I'm waiting to know the cue of when we get back to not commercial, because so far I'm just
the timer should go away. So right now we're back to live action.
Oh, I didn't even see a timer. I'm learning.
Yeah, that's why. That's why at times with the Canadian feed, it's like 3 seconds back, and you're like, hey.
Big knee from Trick off the top rope.
18% hit the wrong button. NXT.
2 count.
Oh, Theater, how you doing, buddy? I'll be back. Liam, you better be. We'll find you.
Does Trick kind of have an extended run, even if he loses the TNA title? Does he have an extended run in TNA? Like he goes back at it one time?
No, I kind of feel like this TNA championship run is it's Trick's final test. This is, his finals. Like, if he succeeds here, he is now going to be a main roster talent. And from my assessment, he is actually achieving. He's accomplishing. He's going to pass with flying colors.
Oh, I think he's finding his groove. I think you maybe just let him, depending on the timing, have that one little kind of callback. Maybe it's too many big choke slam. Holy
counter ref.
2.
He grabs the rope. As this match starts heating up, Nikki.
It's already hot outside. I need hot on my screens and my monitors right now and everything. But yeah, I do think that Trick very much could be one of those guys that moves up to the main roster. Does he jump towards the mid-card title? Is he Carmelo? Do you put him with Carmelo again and they become a tag team again? We need tag teams more than anything. I mean,
to introduce them and kind of protect them a little. We've seen that happen. You match them up with Carmelo, Trick. Even if you let Miz stay on as like their like manager, like player coach buddy guy, just to get them some more heat. I'm okay with that. Not my first choice, but a solid okay with it. But yeah, I think he like this TNA run for a lot of people that doubted Trick. I think he's shown a lot where, yeah, he might not, he doesn't fly right up the chart, but I think he's ready to at least get in there.
Oh, big boot, then followed by a Pele kick, followed by a pump kick now. But no, I fully agree with you with the Miz thing. And we get halfway of the ripcord clothesline. When I get a minute, I'll discuss it more. But
I find there's a bit of parallel between Jade and Trick. Oh, on the
Boots
face.
throw nobody home.
Big knee. Too many people do big knees, man.
Well, yeah. Well, he does the alternate knee, so they call it the trick shot. So I kind of dig it.
Okay.
Everybody does their own variation of a V trigger, essentially, or raising knee lift.
Yeah, the flying knee. We get a lot of those. We have a lot of. We're getting a lot of hip thrusts now, which I don't love. That's like we do all these big moves, suplex from the top, power bomb, but my hip bone into your ear. All right.
Well, back to your whole Miz thing is, by the way, Trick picks up the win after that. And I do like that he switches midair and hits the alternating knee. So it's different.
True.
I like the idea of you could have Miz there and then eventually they turn face because they get sick of dealing with the Miz and all of that. And then they kind of turn on him.
As Trick grabs a mic, his promos have gotten so much better. His in-ring has improved so much.
That's the thing that's always been lacking to me with him. I never doubted the promos. The promos were better than, honestly, Carmelo's at times. Okay. I really think that his in-ring thing, especially with him and Carmelo, really soured me.
Oh, wait, we got company. Say his name, and now it wasn't announced. Joe Hendry will fight for the championship at Slammiversary.
Oh,
behind you! Look out! You got to turn around. Let's go. Joey's back.
But anytime they do that really hard cut on the looking at somebody where they're looking down the ramp, you know, they're going to come from behind.
Yeah. Sometimes they could do a slightly better job of hiding it, maybe. But I think part of it is, you know, they want us all to know, right? They all want us to have that.
Yeah. So Joe like Trick in TNA, though. I really like him with the first class. I really like him maybe having a bit of an extended stay.
I wonder if there's a chance for him in first class to be something we see in WWE as a unified group.
Ooh.
But ladies and gentlemen, we're in the back with the part of what's left of the quarter pounder crew, the no catch crew.
The 1/3 crew.
What?
I said the 1/3 crew.
The 1/3 crew officially now. But yeah, to your point, it'll be very interesting what happens with Trick. But Joe Hendry did show up. He wants his championship back. He needs his redemption. He is the guy that let TNA down. He wants to be the guy that puts it all back together again. But there's some other names in that mix.
Mike Santana, to me, is the guy. Joe, respectfully, go take a time off. Go refresh, all of that. To me, this feels very much like Mike Santana's time. He's already starting to go through first class and been like we already saw him have that huge match between him and Trick on NXT. I want to say, what way was it? Last week? It was the week before that. Yeah. So we've already seen him be in that title contention. I think he's so much the guy of capitalize on it right now. Let him just have the summer of Santana. Give him a couple months title reign with it. You get towards, September, October, what have you, and then you can make a pivot if you feel you need to.
Yeah. Now, that being said, it is Joe Hendry going to challenge for the world title at Slammiversary. And I don't think the title changes hands prior to Slammiversary. I think you have an opportunity, though, to have a very bitter Mike Santana go after Joe Hendry.
So you build him up and then you turn him heel?
Maybe. If you want him...
You took my opportunity from me. the justified heel of you screwed me because you sat there and you're a gimmick. I'm a pro wrestler. I'm out here at House of Glory. I'm here doing this. And you show up every now and then. You clap your hands. You take some photos with some kids. And you took my opportunity to be a world champ.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but it's just interesting because we already know that Joe's going to be the guy at Slammiversary, right?
See, this is just halfway me in my own brain. I can't visualize when Slammiversary is, so I don't know if that's in like 2 weeks or 2 months.
Like a few weeks. It's in July, so
damn it.
It is coming up. See if I get the official date because I've been looking at the calendar all day. But it's going to be fun. I think it's like July 20th. Yeah.
Right. Denisha reminding everybody, we're not a political channel. We're not trying to be geopolitics or anything like that. We're out here talking wrestling. We're the escape from all that nonsense.
Right.
New York is dangerously hot as Puppet KJ is back.
Well, Puppet KJ.
KJ and Big Nick, do you still think WWE should hold Night of Champions? All right. I should have read that one.
Oh, I mean, and that's a fair question. I'm more than happy to answer that.
Okay.
As it ties in, as long as your question ties into wrestling, fine. We're not going to venture into who said what, why, and is there something and is there not. We don't play the political game here on this channel. But as far as it pertains to the show, the WWE put out a statement saying it's a go. They have not said anything contrary to that, so we won't think any different. Now, should they go? Well, that's a different story altogether. These shows happen every year. As long as they've taken every possible precaution to ensure the safety of their staff, employees, then yeah, do what you got to do. However, if there's any risk, you got to pull back.
As it stands currently, as time of recording, what have you, it seems very much like they're going to go through with it. Obviously, they had it put out there about how we talked about it earlier. SmackDown is going to be at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, live on Netflix from Riyadh and all of that. And so they're very much going forward because it's not just one show; it's 2 shows they have over there.
Yeah.
If what happened before that didn't happen, I would say absolutely not. Do not go over there. It's not worth it. Anything like that. Right now, the climate may have changed. So I'll say right now it feels very much they're clearly going forward with it. And I can't say I don't think it's super safe, but I also don't think it's super unsafe. I'll put it that way.
Yeah. So again, they got to do what they got to do. So hopefully it is what it is. I'd rather them be safe than do the show. And I said it last night. Anyone out there right now trying to beat this into some wrestling tribalism bullshit, stop it. This is bigger than that. This is about people's lives. Let it go. Stop trying to weaponize every little piece of news. Be smarter than that. Definitely
be better than that. Fuck being smarter. Be better than that because we know you ain't gonna be smarter. Just be better.
Right. We are coming back out of a commercial break, folks. Show rolls on, and we are in the back with some Gators and young Randy Orton.
Yeah, well, Miles Bourne and George Gumps Jr. Just kept running. And
George Gumps Jr. George Gumps Jr.
There's a George Gumps Sr.
Oh, that's crazy. Now Trick is getting the TNA title so he can get that indie-ish rub. Yeah, it's reps. It's good experience. Lexus is here. Looking...
And TNA can make stars. We've seen that, obviously, with Joe Hendry, like we were talking about. They can make stars.
Right. So cute that you're crying about the heat. That's adorable. I mean, I don't know. I know Arizona's hot as fuck. And it's, I don't know.
You have a dry heat. We have a moist heat. Pause.
We're super humid. Like, that's what's killing us is the humidity. Desert. Oh, yeah. I don't know how they deal with some of the shit they have to deal with. I mean, we were 115, so 113 Fahrenheit.
Oh, yeah, you said it to me Celsius last night. I was like, what does that mean?
40 to 45 Celsius for 2 days now. So,
but we're also husky gentlemen with large beards, so it does get a little extra hotter.
The beard retains moisture. I will never die of thirst. I'll put it that way. If I get trapped in the desert, I got a backup plan.
I tried to get through calling it a Brillo pad, and you broke me.
Right? Why do you think this part turned gray?
I got the reverse Scott Steiner of where
that's how it starts, bro.
Blonde, and then this was dark.
Right.
I got all of this dark, and this is getting gray.
Right? That's how it starts. It was like, fuck.
Don't say that. Because I got the young OG on my screen, Javon Evans. I was watching the other day, just quick side tangent of have you ever seen one of those of like everyone's all masked up and blindfolded and everything of guess who's the actual
in my mouth
real wrestler? Not that type of movie, but what, like, who's the actual Hollywood star, who's the actual WWE wrestler, who's the actual pop singer, what have you, and everything like that.
Like the Masked Singer?
Guess. No, it was on YouTube. It's not an actual TV show.
Oh, okay.
One of those type of shows or those type of things on YouTube. And they were doing one that was Guess the Wrestler. And I watched all of like 2 seconds of them in the ring and instantly picked out Javon Evans 100%.
Yeah, right? What
is with the fucking mask?
Tavion has adopted a mask.
I was born in a singlet. I didn't see the quarter-pound crew until I was a younger man.
Right. So, folks, get your votes in. Who are you taking? I'll put nobody in the chat for this one. We'll see what happens. But Tavion taking on Javon, the young OG. Should be a fun match. I really like both these guys.
But this is so weird because this is Tavion fighting for his freedom from the quarter catch crew. This is him. Yeah. He should be taking on Dempsey, who was backstage that we saw in the video package, should be taking on him to, get his freedom like Miles Bourne did. Instead, he's going to take on Javon.
Right? Yeah, it's weird because you think, I guess you can't have Dempsey be the response. Like, can't be nobody. You can't have everybody.
Everybody just beats him to get their freedom. Just break him down. Yeah, why is he... I've never seen this man fucking wrestle in this mask before until tonight.
Is he got an injury? Like, does he have a sore jaw? Like, why is he wearing it during the match?
I have no idea. Is it one of those of like you have to like overcome this? And Dempsey's at fucking ringside. Dempsey is at fucking ringside.
Well, they're still in the same faction.
He should be fighting him to get out of this if this is what this is about.
Right. Well, again, he's still gonna he wants to see what happens. If he loses, we're like high-fiving and you're still on my team. Tough shit.
You should be racing him. That's what that's about.
We play political games around here. Waits for KJ to drop a poll. Speaking of that poll, 73% taking young OG, Javon, 27. Keith Sweat got 0.
What? Oh, yeah.
0 got 0.
Right. I guess I'm going with Bane Tavion Heights.
Right.
Well,
yeah. I'll go young OG, see what happens.
Well, it's just, am I wrong in remembering that this is supposed to be for his, leaving the quarter catch crew here? So this just feels very unique, unless I missed something in that video package they had earlier.
Right on, right on. They also have a Nick Russell buddy. That's good to know. What's up, Denisha? Sherry, I see you. Puppet KJ, what did you... To draw attention away from political talk, what is everyone's favorite slushy or Slurpee? Man, 7-Eleven's got... No. Circle K. It's got like a banana one, and the Sour Patch Kid one is good. Yeah, It's hot out. I like slushies.
And, ooh, that's good squishy.
OG Bloodline, Josh Perry. What's up? Bonkers, good to see ya. No, Santana needs to win.
No.
Oh, shit.
Javon going flying.
It only makes sense if Santana to turn heel, especially after his feud with Mustafa. Could be. So we go to a commercial break right now. 3.5 minutes on the clock, folks.
Triple threat. Now I see it in the corner, top right. But could it be a triple threat Slammiversary? Joe Hendry, Mike Santana, Trick Williams?
Yeah, because then it does add the other element of they step on each other's toes trying to get the belt back, right? So it really could go that way. And we do have a lot of time, a decent amount of time. July 20th is several weeks away. So they could have a caveat or a twist and turn to this story.
Right.
I got a whole slushy machine. Jesus, where's the invite, bro?
Right.
Adult slushies. They know.
I think they're just called margaritas or frozen margaritas.
Yeah, a good old frozen drink.
Are you like a frozen Coke from BK kind of guy?
Not really. Not really. I mean, I'll hit up like a 7-Eleven or something, grab a Slurpee or a slushy. But like when it comes to like kind of that kind of thing, I stick to my drink. I'm good.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, it's a New England thing, but I have a Cumberland Farms literally down the street from me that has a slushy machine of all their kind of like the Ranger Raid or whatever, and it's like their kind of cherry slushy type thing, and you'll get then like a blue raspberry or whatever. I still always remember the OG, triple OG, the IC, and I said that's IC with 2 E's, not the ice that's not like in my country, but yeah.
Right, just the ice and the pick your color. I like blue.
Yeah, well, then the slush puppy, the silicone dog, and everything.
Right. Fatal 4-Way is the main event. Yes, sir, Richard. It looks. I don't know why this match wasn't advertised. I mean, they could have told us this one was coming. Tavion versus Javon should be fun. Anybody know why Tavion's wearing a mask?
Well, Paul brings up Nick Tavion literally just came on TV and said, Charlie, that he was cleared if I had a mask. So Tavion had to be cleared to wear a mask?
So he was injured, and if he wore the mask, he was allowed to compete. Without the mask, he can't compete. Fair enough.
But still, though, I'm questioning, and it was built up last week in the backstage segment of why are we getting this match and not Tavion versus Dempsey if this is Tavion trying to get out of quarter pound crew?
Well, I think because if people are getting out, like I said, I just don't think they want Dempsey dropping all the matches. And you had a little bit of an exchange between Javon, right? So if every week Dempsey showed up and got beat by another member of his faction, he's left with no faction and looking like a douche pillow.
Sometimes it be what it be.
Right. Fair enough.
KJ and Nick, as much as we know that Oldberg is trash at wrestling.
I love that start.
Already, we didn't know that back then. Let's be honest, we drank it up. But to me, Oldberg versus Hogan for the title was magic. The night he sold it. Yes, absolutely. That's still one of my favorite pro wrestling matches of all time. I'm not saying it's the greatest pro wrestling match. No. That is personally one of my favorite matches. I got 6 seconds to get this off. Of one of my favorite matches of all time that I would go back and watch. And still the second, if he picks him up, this crowd's going to lose it.
Yeah.
And that's a great match, but it's such a terrible business decision in hindsight.
Oh, again, if that had been done properly, it would have been that much bigger. But the vibe, even in a short turnaround, the vibe in the building was so amazing. I remember watching it as a kid and just you're sitting on the edge of your seat, like something cool. And I told you I wasn't the biggest Goldberg guy, but I definitely wasn't a Hogan guy. So you knew something cool was about to happen. And oh my God, Tavion just destroyed Javon Evans.
Tavion is a guy, like I said.
My Lord.
Well, he's super athletic. He's got kind of the same, I don't want to say fully the same size, but he's very much got that Braun Breaker-ish, Julius Creed-ish vibe. And when he did that tour with Noah, he very much showed up and showed out. He's the guy to watch coming out of NXT. Like, he's going to be a guy that I think is going to make a splash if they can use him right going to the main roster.
Fair enough. Yeah. He's got a lot of upside, and I still wonder, and we're going to talk about this on a commercial break because something came out today that I was really curious about your opinion on, but kind of ties into this. But I do think there's enough. I really want to see kind of a light heavyweight, a cruiserweight, a junior heavyweight title. And I think it would be even funnier if WWE introduced a junior heavyweight title. The internet schmarks would lose their, that's a Japan thing, and they just want to be like AEW. Like, do it. Big kick by Javon.
Well, now that they own AAA, you do like a cruiser heavyweight division.
Oh,
You just call it something different.
Mr. Iguana versus Javon Evans. All the springies.
Whoa, all the springies.
Right? There's so much talent, right? You got the Kingo kicking around.
They randomly want to sign Psycho Clown. Springboard crossbody. 1, 2.
And Tavion's out. I don't know. What does he call that twisty thingy? A springboard.
Yeah, it's a springboard kind of corkscrew. Like he does like a goddamn 450.
Okay. Now he was doing a frog splash, so he's kind of mixed it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you got more bounce than outs, my guy, you can kind of do whatever you want.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
It does have an
hey.
Oh shit, Jasper Troy taking out the young OG. Why?
I think he's super established himself out of LFG. He has kind of come in as this dark horse, abyssy kind of vibes because he's out there, the raggedy kind of cut off shirt, the chains and everything, and just decimates people.
Right. Tavion looks like he clips coupons on his spare time. Somebody said something about Circle K. Oh, Circle K does a good slushy though. And they got cheap, like you get the big fountain pop. That's my thing. That's my jam.
Yeah, I think the
missus. You have Circle K's?
Circle K, just saying.
What's that?
I said I think the missus might work at a Circle K. Just saying.
That's crazy.
Circle
I think
K's be a thing around here. Yeah, well, you guys got what? I don't know what you have. We have
7-Eleven, Circle K.
Well, clearly Circle K.
Yeah.
We have some Shell. I don't think we've had too many mobile stations that I've seen. But yeah.
No, that's funny. No, real funny. It's cool to see how everyone else does it. But I remember tripping out because Circle K was in Bill and Ted. And I was like, oh my God, they have Circle K? I'm like, oh, wait, did they make this in Canada?
Facts. Spaz with a $5 super chat. I met 100-year-old wise man. He said I could ask one question. I asked, why do we kneel to propose? He smiled and said, you're not proposing to her face.
Oh, dad joke of the night.
Yeah. All the female audience just left the building.
As right now, we are getting a car promo from Tony D, hyping us up on the match coming up, and I believe it's a stip match.
Well, it's the Heritage Cup, so it's going to have the rounds rules.
There we go.
But so, what did you want to get my opinion on?
So they're a long-standing rumor, women's tag titles in AEW. But a couple of the reports I read also said there's another set of belts of like the father-son titles.
Like no, that's
was that just what are we doing?
I've only seen it because the tag titles, and because now we've got Christian wants to stand side by side with his son Nick Wayne, and they'll probably win the tag.
Like, do they do?
Is this win the tag titles off the Hurt Syndicate? Right?
Is this how you
Ring of Honor tag titles is where they'd win it, and they make it the father-son titles.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, is this where you get someone like Billy Gunn and his kid, or is this how you get?
You got two kids. His two kids. Where the fuck are the Gun Club, by the way?
Speaking of his kids. I can't wait for them to get NXT. But Nick, I'm going to grab a quick break. I'll be right back in a moment, sir.
You do that, sir. As I have Ricky Saints coming out right now.
Whoa, Ricky!
Man. Holy, the little matrixy. I don't. Hearing me right now, but so yes, the little matrixy cylinder thing going around Ricky Saints right now made me feel like Ricochet of one and only. But I got Ricky Saints coming out right now. Are we still like? Again, I'm surprised he's one of those that's been talked about of going up to the main roster potentially on a SmackDown, maybe a Monday Night Raw, maybe when the draft happens, what have you. Slides into the mid card. Potentially fairly well, but do we still get him going at Ethan Page? We already had Ethan beat Sean Legacy So now does Ricky Saints kind of need to get his lick back? And I don't recall any Ricky Saints match being advertised for tonight. So I'm curious where this goes. Oh, Ashante the Adon. Oh, they set this up last week, and I thought it was going to happen last week. So it's happening this week of Ashante the Adonis versus Ricky Saints. And again, Ashante keeps out here hitting the shitty instead of the gritty. And this very much, I don't feel, warrants a poll. Anyone who's picking Ashante, seek help. We can help. We can help you. We can talk about it. I really want to hear your explanation if you actually are thinking that Ashante wins this match and it's not just because of like a Ethan Page interference. But yeah, this should be all of 3 minutes, but I'm excited that at least I get to see Ricky Saints on my television screen, as we're already underway here, folks. So you can let me know in the chat. There isn't going to be no pull-up for this and everything, because this very clearly should be Ricky Saints for the win. Yes. And again, if you are taking Ashante, please explain. I want to know. No judgment. I'm just very curious. Ashante can wrestle, but his gimmicks are not it. Yeah, but that's the thing. He's kind of been not it since the jump. That's been a bit of the issue of, yeah, he can kind of go, but he's like a good speed guy. He's a good level up, if that was still a thing, guy. He's a good 205 live kind of guy, because the fucking gimmick, it ain't it. The gimmick's an evolved gimmick. Ashante and Carmen was a bad couple storyline. That's honestly the most that Ashante was relevant. I'll put it that way, respectfully. I'm not trying to fully poo-poo on the man, because again, there's clearly something there if they've kept him here past, Swerve, past AJ, all of that. And he's clearly down to do anything, but there's just the gimmick ain't it, as I got Saints dumping Ashante onto the outside and hitting the pose as I'm coming back from, well, I've got the timer. Yes, now I'm back from what should be everybody that's watching in the U.S. got 3:43, 2 41, 40 left in a commercial break right now. As I got Ricky Saints anointing a fan with a blessed by Ricky sign. Here, I'm a bless all right now. Here, just in the Omina Patre, Spirit of Sante. We're still in Jesus. We need the blessing from this man here, but there's nothing appealing about Ashante. Like, seriously, who actually likes him? He has done dog since being in WWE. He's a steady hand. He, like I said, he fully throws himself into the character and the gimmick. Just the gimmick's kind of shit, in my opinion. What's your thoughts on TK announced women's casino gauntlet match and men's one? Yeah. What is Tony Khan in 2025, 2024, 2023? It was going to happen at some point. He didn't do it at Double or Nothing. So, I mean, all in makes sense. I'm not fully surprised by it, honestly, Damien. That's the thing, is it's become one of those, it's an annual tradition almost at this point. It's like family tradition. So I expect it at some point with him. Why does Ashante's gimmick not work, but Dom Mysterio's does? Because Dom's not trying. Ashante is trying too hard. Dom is fucking Will Ferrell from the other guys, of very much not trying to just attract baddies, but attracts them all. Ashante is creep level of just doing too much, dog. Because they can't handle Dom Latino heat. Positivity. Nick finally caught up to the chat. I'm trying, folks. I'm trying. I might have skipped some things. And again, mea culpa. Apologies. 100%. We do have the super chats, the super stickers as well. And we try so hard and got so far trying to click through all the chats, all the comments and everything, and still give everybody there, still hear everybody out, have everybody have a voice and a say. But sometimes it gets a little difficult because, it does get hot and heavy here. But again, become a member, use the super chats, like, share, and subscribe, all the buttons, all the notifications. And again, we have the predictions title, and we also do still have the top chatters of the evening is out a spine buster from Ashante for a 1.5 count. Jose, now I want Nick to go back and read all my funny comments. I'll try, Jose. You can just bash with me him at least. Or even then, a little super chat. Or do something strange for a little piece of change. I did research for Tavion. Y'all gonna read this comment. All right, I read it. Now what? You did research. I read the comment that you said we was going to read. Now what? As I got a big ass drop kick from Ashante. Thoughts on the Golden Star Kota Ibushi versus Trent Beretta? I'm surprised that we got Kota Ibushi back now when we did. It's interesting. We're very much trying to bring in all the hype and all the attention to Okada versus Kenny. Granted, as wrong or right it may be, the him versus Trent Beretta match, it's going to be interesting to a lot of, like, if you're a smart mark, if you're in the know and everything and really paying attention to everything, as we're back in the action on NXT, you're very much going to be excited for it because you've got the New Japan Chaos history and a bit of the connection that way. And it's the first time you're going to see Kota Ibushi back in action since man broke both his ankles. And I do mean both his ankles. But beyond that, like, if you're a casual viewer, it means a whole lot of nothing. It was a comment before that. Well, I'll have to try and find it now. As we're back in action, as Ashante got a 2 count. When SmackDown goes back to being 2 hours, a lot of wrestlers will mysteriously go missing. Yes and no. It will. We'll see, because that's the thing, is it's not like we had a lot of wrestlers extra appearing during that extra hour. So that's the thing. If anything, it was more, we got a lot more promos and commercials and extended video packages. So I don't know what might change as far as roster level wise. I think it might be more of just a more cohesive and compact and you're going to have to edit out bullshit out of it. So I think it's going to be a better, more produced show. I don't know. And that is the fear anytime when it comes to WWE stuff. If they trim hours on TV, somebody's going to potentially lose a job. But I think they weren't adding too many matches or too many, moments that warrant that they would need to cut people that aren't already involved. As Ashante countering Ricky after the 2 big clotheslines here. Not the ankle breaker. I haven't seen that. I don't believe. Misfit Kermit 1225 has spoiled the winner of the women's 4-way. Well, I don't know who Kermit is or why you felt you needed to come in here and tell me that it might have been spoiled. But you do you, Boo Boo Misfit. Appreciate you. As Tornado DDT by Ricky Saints out here. I see Saints for the win. Ricky's really good. Yes, absolutely. That's why I think he could be fast-tracked sooner rather than later. Even if he never, say, wins the NXT championship, could be fast-tracked up into Spear, up into the main roster to where he could be very clearly involved in that mid-card division, especially now with LA Knight potentially injured. Rochambeau. No vote screen. Yes, no poll. Sorry. KJ's the only one that couldn't bring up the polls. Pause. I said it, I think, kind of towards the beginning of this match, of that there wasn't going to be a poll in this match because it was very clearly going to be Ricky Saints. But yes. Well, for the 6th time, Tavion Heights wore a mask because he has a gash on his lip. Well, what the lip balm, motherfucker, some duct tape, I don't know, a Band-Aid, like, that's it. You had to wear like the kennel dog mask type of like dangerous will bite mask to have that match just because you had a cut on your lip. Oh, Ethan distracts with the video package and then jumps Ricky Saints. So this is about to be setting up your next big title feud here, clearly. Saints versus Ethan, the rematch. Do we get a stipulation for it? I feel like after when we got, going through tables as Ethan, it's his own Rochambeau. Oh, that's a good call from Corey Graves. Rochambeau from All Ego. They need a stipulation, I feel, though, after the last match when we're getting, spots on upside down chairs and everything. Make it a last man standing, a falls count anywhere type of thing. As I'm getting a Dark State video package, and I don't know if I want to say it because we normally say don't no spoilers and everything, but you might see Dark State show up in a different state outside of a couple different companies or another company's 3 letters, and I'll leave it at that. Yes, Nick's favorite group, Dark State. Dark 030. Sugar is the best, out of this whole group as far as any bit of promos or anything. He is absolutely the character, the personality of this. I know Dion Lennox is supposed to be the leader of this. Cage is going to come back and have a whole diatribe about all this. But Sugar's the guy that should be the focal point of this group because he's the only one I feel so far that's got any bit of charisma. As we go to commercial break, as we got Oba Femi coming up next. Not involved in a match, I don't know. Maybe having a promo segment of who's next to challenge him after he beat Jasper Troy. We'll see. Yes, as I've seen, the producer from The Great Beyond, even can't quit you, Ricky. That's not what I saw. But yes, folks, we do have the interview that is live on the channel and everything. Go and watch this when you're done watching that. Said that backwards, but you know where I'm at. We sat down with PCO. KJ went to the highest Frankenstein mountains out there in French Canada and everything, and sat down with PCO. Talked about everything from his matchup coming up at NLP to where he's defending his world title, to where he's even locked in and paying attention to, the independent scene and wants to team up and, Bride of Frankenstein again with Shotzi Blackheart and all that. And even as the man's teetering towards 60, I don't know if you want to come in speaking of teetering towards 60, but you said, yeah, did. But the man's out there. I know when you asked him, because I've seen it, so, you probably want to kick your feet up. You're feeling all the bumps.
Oh my God.
I feel nothing. I feel fine. I am 20 years old.
One of my favorite parts of the entire interview, Nick, is he mentioned, because he does have a place in Florida, and he's looking forward to kicking back a little bit and taking some R&R. And I kind of threw it at him of you're 56, you've been battling, we've seen the wars the man's been through. And he's like, I feel nothing. I'm like, my bad. It was just so poignant.
How dare you insult me?
Right, I'm the Frankenstein. I feel nothing. Not mentally, not physically. He's still I don't know that he's close to I feel like he's having the time of his life, and he's not even considering I'm gonna hang on my boots now.
And it's still so crazy because he's that last of the generation of going back to even pre-Attitude Era, the new generation era. People talk about how John Cena it's R-Truth's the last Attitude Era wrestler that's still around and active right now. And now you've got PCO, that's new generation, and before that, still around.
It's crazy. It's well, I know we don't get to see him anymore, but it was like Jeff Jarrett-esque, right? There's not many guys from that time that are still kind of going the way, and especially, at 56, this man's still jumping through tables. He's one of his signature moves is coming off that apron in the cannonball. We've seen him set on fire, electrocuted. We saw him damn near scalp Steve Macklin. We've seen so many different things, and intense.
I'm going to answer this. Well, first off, David Madge. Jeff Jarrett is the man. Well,
yes.
His retirement tour got canned real fast. Where's Keyshawn with the Jeff Jarrett love? But if I catch Nick cheering for 56-year-old PCO, but besmirching Goldberg, I'm going to throw some. See, that's the thing, though, is PCO can actively still wrestle and has actively still been wrestling. Goldberg ain't.
I'd rather see PCO versus Gunther today over PCO Goldberg.
Facts.
And you know
not
what?
Disputed, not debatable facts.
No, let's go. Gunther PCO would be amazing. Like, imagine how many chops PCO would take and no sell about 95%.
I bet you that probably happened at some point over in like the UK.
That's the match that kind of put PCO, like Perfect Creation 1, I believe 2016, Ring of Honor. Like Walter PCO kind of relaunched a PCO into the realm of being the character we know now. Like that Walter PCO match, if people haven't seen it, go back and find it. It is a fucking banger. Like, and that kind of reminded, like, everyone was like, who is Frankenstein? Like, who is this guy?
Right. As I got Olba out here as well, MDB's throwing random things out.
Wait, Mr. MDB, I have no sympathy for Goldberg as long as you have no sympathy for Sammy.
Fair enough. Well, Mega saying you're insane, KJ. And well, MDB bringing up I guess the Hardy Boys are top liver to y'all. Well, one's about to be retired and the other should be retired.
They're on that cusp, right? They're like that R-Truth, like in the, you know, kind of cusp of Attitude Era, coming into the Attitude Era. Like, you know, but PCO.
Actually, yeah, well, they're not active WWE superstars.
Facts. But how many guys were wrestling in the mid 80s that are still wrestling now? Like at a high level?
Not Ric many. Flair, woo!
Well, high level, not the same thing. As Ric Flair.
He's on a high level of different medication.
Apparently,
yeah, I know where you're going.
Olba is in the ring addressing the NXT universe, but yeah, apparently Ric Flair's a big fan of that Poop Cruise documentary that's out right now.
He's very Vince McMahon in it through bars around the Florida area of just can't contain himself and just getting besmirched and just 7 ways to Sunday.
Imagine it's so common that you have to put a tweet out about it, asking others.
But again, I think that's the thing is you could say anything about Ric Flair. Like we could literally just be like, Ric Flair likes to punt dogs off of bridges and everything and put it out, and someone would believe it because it's Ric goddamn Flair. This is a moment.
Olba is dialed. Ready. Like that was hell. Like I know we were babbling, but Yoshi.
Oh, somebody gonna get hurt real bad. Sorry about Yoshi. Enjoy him while you get him. Don't send your best fighter, but don't send anyone you want back.
I like it a little bit in the sense of does this kind of show that the NXT's men division might be a little bit thin in spots? But
not debatable.
It feels it like when Yoshi's the guy stepping up, right? You're like, where's everyone else? You're like, there is no one else.
This is your champion. This is who you send out.
Now I like Yosh, and Yosh is like that guy, kind of like Ishii, like that. You know, Oba's gonna beat the shit out of him, but Yosh won't back down. Like Oba's gonna have to put this man out.
No, I won't back down. No, I won't. No, he's gonna get fucking destroyed by Oba Femi. Again, send your best champion. Just send your best fighter. Just don't send anyone you want back.
Right.
That's what this is when you send somebody like Yoshi versus Oba.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna whoop his ass straight back to Noah.
I missed NXT. You were gone for a week.
I love Dakota. Wappa, I love Fat Bottom Girl.
Yoshi went away. Did he have that mohawk before he left? Did he come back with the mohawk?
I think he came back with the mohawk before it was more the My Chemical Romance haircut.
I think this match is gonna bang harder than people might think.
You just really like Yoshi.
But I think there's a chance that I could be proven right on this one because I think they're gonna surprise us at how good this match is.
I want a bigger. Do you think he actually could win this?
No.
Honest to God.
No, God, no. I mean, I wish, but at the same time, Oba is just another level.
Yeah, but so what's the greatest that they can accomplish here when his staunchest supporter already knows he can't win this? The only one who thinks he can win this is him, and that's even doubtable.
They got to sell us on it, right?
Well, Spaz TK put 2 Temu Royal Rumbles on Temu Mania. Well, the double or nothing, whatever gauntlets. I just halfway loved it, laughed at this. If Nick has more references than a Family Guy episode, you get a star for that. That's funny.
And true.
I see beyond that smile.
Peace.
You're a fighting warrior. You're gonna get hurt real bad. Some Yoshi splat. He's gonna eat a big ass palm out of nowhere, out of midair on that Yoshi splash. Just God is gonna strike him down.
He's gonna hit a Yoshi and get a 2 count, at least one. That's gonna be part of this story. But I mean, Yoshi's shorter for sure, but he's not he's a thick guy. I am ready for Asuka. Wait, what?
Has he just? Well, is he one of those?
Hey,
go ahead.
I heard a rumor about Oba.
What?
Hey, Oba hanging out with the Lions around here? Oh shit! Never mind.
Exactly. This is what we need. I'd rather run this back. Because that's the thing, is Jasper Troy's the one that pushed Oba to his limit. Jasper Troy could be the one that takes the title off Oba. This could be the fucking young lion kills the old lion.
That is crazy. Jasper Troy takes out Yoshi. So,
nope.
Is he bringing Tatum a doll?
Right, but so what question were you asking me, sir?
What did I ask? Do you hear the rumors about Oba? Maybe he tracked down and captured a lion?
I mean, the great hunter on the safari, tracks down the lion.
I heard that rumor. You go, boy. Let's go.
I mean, well, I'm hoping it's not one of those to where you see, a terrible woman destroy a great man type of shit, but I digress.
But so right now, Tatum seems stuck between Izzy and her friendship and Soul and Zarya trying to be friends with her.
Well, see, that's the thing. Well, yeah, so Izzy pulling Tatum into the culling here. And I kind of like this because Tatum's been floating into this since Chemical X blew up. And it is, am I going to have someone I can manipulate, or do I need to go with the people who have my best intent for me?
Right. But she's leaving with Izzy, welcomed over at least to have a conversation as Tony D coming out to the ring, the good paisan for the match, as we get a Heritage Cup match with Stacks. PCO and KJ need to launch a hockey podcast. There'd be a lot of arguing. He's a Montreal fan. I'm a Leaf fan. That's a heated rivalry.
Isn't that all hockey podcasts here? Because you literally imagine if we did something like that to where you get, wrestling personalities that talk hockey, that talk football or whatever, or anything like that. Like, again, like you and PCO on the Canadian sports broadcast of hockey.
Right. As we got Tony D, it would be fun, man. I mean, it's funny. It was nice to, he jumped right into it. Like, I thought he was just going to be like, yeah, I like Montreal. And we would move on. He was just like, he was just breaking it down. The man's there.
Names and everything. Right? I would do this coach decision.
Yeah. Yeah, he played hockey. Plus, there's a video actually on his social of him doing like the pregame call out for a junior team. It was pretty cool.
Oh, fair enough. Would you rather take PCO playing hockey right now or Cody Rhodes playing basketball? I don't know if you saw the clips from Fanatics Fest of Cody. He ain't got no jumper, my guy.
Wesley Snipes up in the house. Cody Rhodes can't jump, folks. But yeah, no, I mean PCO still put PCO on defense, man. Good luck.
You fucking Shea Weber ass.
Boston giving thumbs up on the Sammy Cross being on the PLE. Little hopeful that Cross doesn't eat the L. I do not think Cross is eating the L. Like, we will be here on Thursday to break down our predictions for Night of Champions, and I do not see. I think Sammy's a great launching pad for Cross.
Sammy can take an L. I'm going to take a pause. I want to get your opinion on this, because I know you at times pay attention more to LFG than I.
Yeah.
Booker T crashing out through all of LFG of calling out nepotism. I didn't get the first round pick. I'm getting screwed out here. How are you feeling about season 2?
I haven't, Nick's pausing. I haven't jumped into season 2 yet. I will be jumping into it. I enjoyed season 1. Booker T is funny. I mean, even when they brought in Devon, and he's like, Booker's here. He's like, oh God, Booker's good at what he does. Booker's a showman, and I know some people don't love him, but he's definitely dialed in. He makes the show interesting, and yeah, him crashing out all over the place. Yeah, I can see it. Goldberg, Okada, but he's not a high level anymore. Goldust, maybe. Oh, Goldust, good example. Good example. Okada, maybe not, but close. Okada's an OG. Billy Gunn, facts. Goldberg doesn't count. Oba Femi, open challenge. So it looks, I don't know if it's going to be Yoshi or if it's going to be our buddy, Jasper, speaking of LFG. So we don't know. Right now I'm on a commercial break, folks. We are back in 90 seconds to the action. Don't forget, get your Wrestling for Life Network merch, quality t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops. We're working on more stuff. I keep saying that the store will be revamped. It's going to be, but we got lots in there right now. Go check it out. Everything is priced to sell. We make pennies on these shirts if you buy them. We just want people to wear them. So go check out our merch store, and we got more action coming up tonight. Don't forget, join the WFU, including your WFU merch, and Wrestling with Mental Health on Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Like we said, busy weekend on the channel. We're here for SmackDown at 1 p.m. We're here for Night of Champions at 12:30 on Saturday, and then we're coming back on Sunday at 6:30, and we're going to sit down. We're going to just have an open forum about men's mental health. What can we do to support each other? What are warning signs? How do we deal with them? What are some resources? We just want to get into it. We want to peel it back. We think it's a topic that at times gets overlooked, and being two very big advocates of it, Nick and I are really happy to bring this one out. So make sure you're there on Sunday. We really want this one to be a success. Your friends don't have to be wrestling fans. They don't have to be male. Everybody should be involved in the conversation, and we hope everybody shows up for this one. And don't forget, tomorrow, Dynamite. One thing has been announced. As of 3 o'clock today, one thing has been announced for Dynamite, and that is the return of Ibushi. He is going to take on Trent. Surprised he's taking on Trent, but I guess he's trying to go after the Callis family in honor of Kenny, who, ate some some cherry jello and spit it up. But yeah, so we will be here live tomorrow for that, 7:45. Do not miss out our Night of Champions prediction show on Thursday at 8 p.m. And like I said, Friday, 1 o'clock. We are back to the action. The High Rise with Trick Williams. Trick not happy. Zup Jesus. Where's Jesus? Starter Jesus. May the blunt be with you. How you doing, sir? Hassan, good to see you. I vote Stacks. Yeah, my bad on the poll, folks. I went on a break and forgot all about the button. But let's go. Thank you, HA. Good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Got Stacks for the win. Tony D smells like Hoboken. What does Hoboken smell like? I'll take your answers, folks. Let me know in the chat. Me personally, I can't wait till KJ can do this full time. Genuinely, one of the best creative minds I've gotten to chop it up with. MDB, man, you make a man blush out here on YouTube. No, I appreciate it. And then listen, we're striving for it, guys. We're striving for it. One thing we really wanted to do with this channel was let it grow organically, let it grow, not use any kind of tricks of the trade, just kind of let it build because we wanted genuine fans in here. We wanted to be able to communicate with everybody. I appreciate your kind words. We're about to hit 7.1 if we haven't already. And we're climbing. We want that 10K. We want that 20K. And I think the people out there that don't watch us just haven't seen us yet. The best around. But here comes Stacks. Did I put a poll up for this one? No, I suck. I thought I did. Let me double check. Bum, 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 bum. The underboss. They're calling Stacks the underboss. The underboss, not the underbox. I thought I put this up, but let's do it again. Who do you got? An interesting matchup. Does the fact that it's for the Heritage Cup kind of change the... I'm not going to put nobody as an option because I figure someone has to leave here with the title. So let's go. Well, looks like John Jones won't be wrestling in AAA anytime soon. Fair enough. KJ and Nick, what if this is a debut of the Righteous? Let's do it. Rick, let's do it. Somebody that recently, we started following us and interacting with us, big fans. We've talked about the Righteous here on this channel for a long time. I was a fan of them in Ring of Honor. I really want something to go well for these guys. We knew there was potential that they'd be in the WWE once upon a time. They've been out there. Now, they could pop up in somewhere like TNA, but I would really think you want to make an impact with Cross, the Righteous will help. I vote Stacks. Like I said earlier, Jasper Troy is taking the Bronson Reed route of going on a beatdown spree. Yeah, absolutely. Don't ask, take. Maybe a three-way, possibly. The three-way dynamic helps nullify the natural advantage that you get with Obafemi, but Jasper Troy does a pretty good job of that all on his own. So we'll see. Maybe Yoshi versus Jasper for that title shot. But back body drop Stacks as we're in round one. Weird thing to read in the chat sometimes. What's up, Jesus? Hey, KJ, have you ever seen Disney's Kermit Swamp Years movie? No. No, sir. I've seen other Muppet movies. I have not seen Kermit Swamp Years. Cute. Just got home from my son's graduation and see my favorite wrestling reporter, Chris. Well, congrats to the son. Big moment, and I'm sure you're a proud papa, but congratulations to your son, and happy to have you back, sir. Sounds like a good day all around. Unbroken merch store needs Wrestling for Life Magnums. The Big Nicks coming soon. Let's go. Just says what on the package. I like it. I like the way you think, Unbroken. Ibushi is booty. We'll see. Hey, man, like, again, this is a guy that's been signed to AEW for a long time. Broke both ankles. What is he like? What is Ibushi like in 2025? Is he going to be like Okada? Very laissez-faire? Or is he going to actually show up and show out? We'll see. I wish they would spend more time focused on guys that they have. I wish they would spend more time focused on some of the domestic talent. I think you bring in Ibushi, you bring in Okada, you bring in Ishii once in a while. We've seen Suzuki. We see the CMLL guys. Just focus on the guys you have, the guys and girls that you don't use. You're talking about women's tag titles coming, then you better have more than 8 minutes for the women planned. Because if you're not going to book it or use it, what's the point? as we get the end of the round and Stacks' new friends, the new Goombas, stepping in. The Sin Factor. Hello, hello, hello. Ronin, good to see ya. Kota Ibushi in action on Dynamite. Yes, so as you see on my screen, he will be taking on Trent, but Ibushi is back, and he's avenging. So I feel like now they might be setting up Ibushi teaming. Oh, no, because we would get Okada versus Kenny for the title. So, yeah, we'll see how that works out. I don't know. Ibushi versus Fletcher at All In. What do y'all think? As Tony pops our buddy Stacks off the apron. Big spear by Tony D. And gets a pin. Tony D looked good, man. Wesley growing his hair back. Well, yeah, I think that's for the best. Nick was calling Omega's blood marmalade. It's not good, man. It was like, if you're gonna do it well. And I think that's, some people are like, oh, they're just, no, do it well. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, they'd be so critical. Oh, I can't believe Seth Rollins just spit up fucking cough medicine. Like, I think we got to call a spade, no matter what your favorite wrestler is or what your favorite company is. That didn't look great. Unless you're 12. Trick and Wes, Lee just friends now. Yeah. Well, there's that loose connection between High Rise, Trick, and First Class in TNA. I like it. I think put them all together. They got a really good vibe, and they got strength in numbers. Trick is definitely fuming. I'm worried for Wesley. Wesley, to me, is a guy that's better as a tag team. If you could get your hands on Myron Reed or something like that, and put Wesley with Myron Reed. I don't mind the small guy with the two bigger guys. I just don't know. I think that Wesley has hit his ceiling. I had quite the weekend. Awesome. As did I. I hope it was wonderful. Shirts versus skins. There you go. Sin Factor planning on making an NXT channel that mainly talks about NXT. There you go. We're here every Tuesday for NXT, my guy. And yeah, that's a great idea. Trick is fuming. Got that one. Nick reminding everyone to join the Discord. As soon as I slide back up to where that was, there you go. But Stacks trying to get away. Tony dragging him out of the audience. Stacks, Mahomes, KJ. Why are we having a PLE named Night of Champions that only has 2 title matches? It's a good question. Good question. I don't have a good answer for that one. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a preloaded pay-per-view name. I guess if you wanted to extrapolate a little, there's multiple champions on the show. I don't know. I can't. Again, it's a silly thing. They could have called it anything, especially with the focus being on King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring. I do not care for Stacks. Odo, racks on racks on racks. Speaking of racks on racks on racks.
Right. Well, could you have called it Crown Jewel? And wait, should I do the, oh, sorry, I dropped my Magnum condom for my Magnum.
What are those? No, I'm just, coming soon to a merch store near you.
In case of emergency, break glass. That'll be up there with the KJ duct tape. Instead of the Kevin Owens, it'll be just the KJ duct tape. It'll be the sleeveless shirt of. I know somebody said shirts and skins, so did I need to come back as skins? I might look like teenage werewolf if I'm out here doing skins,
Yeah, I don't know if it hurts our numbers or helps our numbers if we don't have shirts on. Probably kills them.
The world may never know.
Yeah. Stacks. What did the chat say over here? It's pretty close. 52. So 50-50. Slight edge to Tony at about 56 right now. So Tony is slight favorite here. Up 1-0.
Right. Did I tap out? Where are you at? Upstate? No. Wow. 2 count.
Oh,
Doesn't beat the
the
bell.
bell wins. Stacks had him. Extra little stomp. What do you think of the new Goombas?
I didn't know the Gap was running ads and everything. Like none of these fuckers look Italian.
Go Grease.
You're telling me Ricochet, you're telling me Trevor Man with the fucking long hair there in the corner looks super fucking Italian?
Right?
Olive Garden. Hi, my name's, Antonio. I'll take your order. Small package. 1, 2.
Oh, you got it now.
Tied.
Stag's showing up and showing out tonight a little bit, though. It's been pretty good. I don't like the Heritage Cup. I think it kills. I don't love this. Like, this is a grudge match, but they're playing nicely by rules.
The Heritage Cup only works with technical wrestlers. Jonathan Gresham should show up and just dominate and reestablish your Crucifino.
Reestablish your Crucifino.
Yes, well, no, he would be your Heritage Cup champion until you decided to end it. The Heritage Cup is a technical wrestling fan's wet dream, but it's always not technical wrestlers competing for it.
Yeah, they kind of got away from that, Nick.
Before it was, Noam Dar and crew, and you're having to lock it. It was Dempsey, you're having to lock in, Kataha, James, the Kimuras and everything, wrist locks, all of that, versus now it's how many Goombas do I have that I can use at my disposal?
Yeah, like maybe someone like Tavion would be a better choice.
Yeah. Sorry, I halfway for a second thought that making it a TV channel, but yeah, Tavion would 100% be a better choice. He's a guy that actually has that legitimate wrestler style background. I may not hook you in all these submissions, but I'll fucking hip toss you and suplex you from pillar to goddamn post.
Right. Super Chat says, "Oh my God, they are chanting, 'I'm blind, I'm deaf. I want to be a ref.' I looked up from my phone. Did they really? Hilarious. By the way, when did Liv Morgan start refereeing? In that last match.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, so Luke, wait, here's the turn.
Crucifino. Accidentally waxed Tony in the back with the bucket. Suplex into the ring.
Oh, was that your spine I hit with that bucket? Who you?
Shiny Wizard, Mozzarella Wizard there, the chicken parm wizard.
Right.
Stacks wins the Heritage Cup.
Oops.
Whoopsie.
Did I do that? Someone pass around the communion collection to make sure Nick keeps his shirt on. Oof.
Folks, let's see those super chats out here. 100%. Right. We need at least 50. So
$100 super chat, Nick.
Go ahead.
$100 super chat. Nick will take his shirt off right now.
$100 super chat. I'll take it off. $50 super chat to make it stay on. Do something strange for a low piece of change. I will Burt Kreischer my ass. I don't care.
Right.
But yeah, very much.
Why
do we have the spittoon bucket?
Because it's, the corner man.
Yeah, but then again,
that's why I don't like it.
It's supposed to be your new Goombas, your new family. Fucking none of them look even halfway attacked. That guy looks like he cosplays as Roman Reigns on the weekend.
I was going to say, who is the Dominican Roman Reigns here?
If Damian Priest and Roman Reigns had a child, it was that man.
Oh, Tony turns on Crucifino.
I can't trust you anymore. You took me out. You hit it. It just so happened to be you hit me in the back there.
Heritage Cup is a dead trophy. I think they look stupid holding it. I think they should turn it into a belt. At minimum. And I don't like the rounds. It kills the match.
It has no clear-cut division. It just kind of feels like we use this to move a story along because we can't use a real title.
Right. There you go. I don't like it. But we go back to last week. Blake Monroe being taken out by toxic. What are they again? Fatal influence.
Fatal influence, not toxic attraction. Toxic
Right.
attraction when it was Gigi, JC, and Mandy
Right.
Rose.
Toxic influence.
Stoner Jesus. To make a long story short, I spider webbed my Chromebook, got a Windows 11 laptop. I'm going to start streaming soon. Well, there you go, Jesus. Can we just get the transcript of the book of Jesus, the book of Stoner Jesus, and everything? We'll call it the Stoner Biblics.
There's actually a thing packed away in a box somewhere. When I was in school, I did a whole religion based on it for a project, and I kept it. I was so proud of it. I kept it. Like, we got to celebrate the 420, and we celebrate Hempogana.
I've never heard that before.
I'm serious, right?
Happy Hemp Kwanzaa with you, and we got to light 7 blunts, and then we get the 1 cross blunt in the middle. Shout out Seth Rogen.
Right. Instead of nuns, you get jaybirds. You know, we got to mix this up.
Folks, if we didn't already tell you that we might be starting a cult with the hashtag WFU and everything like that, we are very much starting our own religion. So very much go and spread the good gospel of the Wrestling for Life Network. You know, go and spread the word of Hemp Hanukkah with everyone out there. May the blunt be with you and also with you.
April 20th every year, Hemp Hanukkah.
Who does we do this instead of, this?
May the dabs be with you and also
exactly. You just cough a lot.
The crazy minds.
We're going to talk about crazy minds on Sunday, by the way.
Yeah, no shit. This is hilarious.
Lean forward and put us $1 in Nick's song. Absolutely. Dollar make you home, my guy. Let me see that dong, dong, dong.
Ride it, my pony.
Genuine, my guy. Yeah, you make the poles rise. You're the only one that can put the poles up. I just grind on them, my guy.
Moving on. I didn't have a comeback.
That's fine. That's what a lot of people are wishing that we do.
Right. But we're rolling on.
Women.
We're in a commercial break as we are moving along in the show. Not much time left. And again, a couple big things coming up tonight. So we'll see how that goes. But Hollywood is dead. Okay. That's deep. The main event might go 20 minutes. It looks like they're going to give them a little bit of time here for the, we have, we'll have entrances inside.
4-way, and you've got your top 4 women, like respectfully, and this will guess where I'll talk more about the women involved in it. Of Lash Legend 100% was a star when she was out there teaming with Jakara Jackson. Now you clearly split her away and want to invest in her as being a top star. Not going to say they or may not have anything to do with her dating Trick, but she's super talented. I've been a fan of her even when she was, having her talk show that you didn't like. Jada Parker, Miss Parker. What?
The talk show sucked.
You made me cough over your heresy saying that the talk show sucked. But Miss Parker of Jada Parker has been would you say Jada Parker has been the next fastest riser through NXT next to Stephanie McCourt?
Say that again. I get distracted by Lady B.
Fair enough. Saint Sativa, did I go back to? Yes. But is Jada Parker the second fastest riser through NXT next to Stephanie McCourt? She came through from out the mud and everything and being kind of just a forgotten manager to now she's one of the top women in that division.
Yeah, I mean, Stephanie and Julia, exceptions to everything. Jada was somebody that we didn't really see her at the top of the division. And she just all of a sudden, like, sorry, boys, I got to go on my own. And she hasn't looked back. She's had a really strong, like maybe arguably one of the most improved in NXT in 2025.
Well, and she's super talented with it too. That's the thing, is it's not one of those of, oh, they're just behind her because she has a posterior or whatever. Like, she's talented in the ring, and especially on the mic. Izzy Dame, I actually think is kind of an unsung hero with this. I really think that she's started to really find herself and really, she was up there for a bit and then she kind of just went into the mist and all of that. And now I think she's kind of found that almost Rhea-ish spot with the calling of this is unintentionally female led.
What is happening here? I'm here for the gangbang.
Yeah.
What is happening?
What?
Thea, I can't even understand what she's saying
fast enough because of what she's saying.
Lainey Reed is come on the scene quick and hard. Pause. Nick should be a guest on The View. That would be a shit and show all in one.
Yeah, who would want that? Me and Whoopi?
Angry Canadian makes Whoopi Goldberg cry.
International talks fall through as Canadian and Whoopi Goldberg have disagreement on The View.
Wrestling podcasters put national relations back 30 years.
New prime minister in Canada already has to address wrestling podcasters, national issue on The View.
Do we get the return of Kenny Omega tomorrow? I feel like that's what they're setting up is Ibushi gets in his match. Are you surprised? One match announced for tomorrow, and it's Ibushi versus Trent.
I said this a bit while you're on pause of, I think, diehard, smart mark, real hardcore wrestling fans will get excited for Ibushi versus Trent Beretta. Beyond that, if that's all you're going to advertise, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what are you expecting for people to tune into?
Yeah.
You're building to your biggest show, and that's all you can muster?
It's interesting, especially coming out of the Grand Slam. You kind of have to like really get down to brass tacks. But we got Ethan. I think we're gonna get Ricky Starks and Ethan, but somebody took out Hank and Tank, the Righteous.
Don't threaten me with a good time, my guy. I know I love me some Hank and Tank.
Yeah.
So that we
but
you're not wrong. Going at each other.
Oh, we were back with Joe and his silky shirts.
Yeah, I've never seen so much silk and satin ever in my life until Joe Henry with his shirt collection.
Right.
I didn't even know they still sold them fuckers.
Right. Okay. Hospital length, add to okay. Just horrible. So Hoboken not smelling good is what Puppet is reporting.
I'm not up to my date on New Jersey smell-o-vision. So I'll take your word for it.
I do appreciate the chat pointing out. I was going to mention this. Ava looking a little professional tonight.
Oh, yes, it's ladies' night.
Ava.
All right.
Ava's lip. Why'd you got to ruin it, C-Money? Now my attention is distracted.
Oh, I ain't gonna comment on that. We're gonna move along.
Good promo by Joe, swearing that he's getting his title back. I will put a poll up for the final match here tonight, folks. The main event. Who is going on to face the champion?
Ooh. Jada coming out right now. Miss Parker. I don't know how I feel that she's the first one coming out.
Uh-oh.
Just the law of orders and everything a little bit. I think she'll show up and show out because that's what the show is about, but she's not winning.
All right, get your votes in, folks. The poll is up and ready.
If my boss showed up in a romper,
I'd have some questions, right?
Well, I like this from Sonia Jesus. You guys are amazing. All of you, KJ, Big Nick, Anthony, wherever he be at, and everyone in this chat, y'all are good peoples. We try to be good peoples.
Right back
We're the
at
last
you.
beacon of hope in the wrestling scope.
The first time in my life, I think I can say out loud, Jesus loves me. Like Jesus loves us. No, we appreciate it, and it's nice to have you there.
Oh, so Tatum already under Izzy's wing, and again, I like this because very much, like I said, it's Izzy kind of running the calling without telling everyone that she is. It's very much she decided to kick out, Jensen.
Mm-hmm.
Now she brings in Tatum. She's making shots and making calls, and everyone's kind of just going with it.
She really is. I mean, like the Jensen thing was shocking, and she was just like, "You didn't have it. You didn't have you didn't have the mobos to be on this crew."
He couldn't cut it, and I mean his mullet. He wouldn't cut it.
Right. So yeah, very cool. And Lady B, I admit this just sank in about a second ago. We tried to give the lady some love, but Lady B throws a grenade on it right quick. And yeah, I mean a romper's better than the crop tops that we've been getting and the mini skirts.
Crop top.
The rights should not be on NXT. I'm okay with it, but I'd rather them join Cross.
Oh, for sure. As I don't know, how do you feel about 2K25? We're getting Shaquille O'Neal, Jalen Brunson, and Tyrese Halliburton. So we're very much leaning hard into the NBA rivalry, NBA mania we could have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not overly pumped. Like, I don't want to wrestle as Shaquille O'Neal. No offense, Big Shaq. But
you can make all the AW matches that were supposed to happen that never happened.
Yeah, Shaq versus Cody for the WWE title this week.
Thanks.
I'm more pumped about Abyss being included. And then by the way, our favorite buddy out there are one of the so-called reporters that like to control a narrative of his own. But Mr. rhymes with Wappy. He made me laugh because the big Fightful report comes out of Abyss is retired. No fucking shit. Like he's not we talk groundbreaking. We reached out after the 2K thing. Yeah, he's been there for several years, and we haven't seen him once. What made you think
the wrestler that hasn't wrestled in 5 years just retired? Breaking news, folks, in case anyone didn't know what was already so painfully obvious. Yeah, right. No, and I get I don't know, fucking sports, if everybody needs a fucking retirement send off or anything. But yeah, no, I love that finally Abyss is getting some goddamn love. Guys, still, however you want to feel about all the Monsters Ball stuff, it was too much gimmick for you or anything like that.
I love
guys got a mind for no, I'm not saying you, I'm saying just
I know
general above of that. Guys got a mind for the fucking business and everything, and is working great as a producer backstage. And I like, even though too, that now you can have him and Janice involved too. Right. And you think about this, and I haven't fully bought it yet, but it still plagues my mind. It makes me want to buy it because I can play as New Jack and Abyss in a pro wrestling game in 2025 in high definition. I could I could do a GM mode. And what would New Jack look like as world champion on Monday Night Raw? I can play that scenario out if I needed to.
Right. Too funny. Lainey is, I was going to say this, but we kind of got distracted. Lainey seems to be getting some love here, and she's kind of come in real fast, and she seems like she's picking on some people higher on the ladder real quick. They seem high on her.
Yeah, well, from what I've seen of her, I haven't watched too much on her. I think she was one of those that was very much on Level Up for a bit. And then she kind of became one of those prominent figures on Level Up. And then now going to bring her involved. Like I said, I haven't seen a ton on her, but the women's division in NXT is definitely going to need some new blood. A Blake Monroe, a Lainey Reed after Julia leaves, Stephanie leaves, and I think sooner rather than later, Jordan Grace leaves.
Right. Are you there, Jesus? It's me, KJ. That kills me. But yeah, no, I completely agree with all of it. It's very interesting to see how this all plays out. And again, it's yet another woman of they got someone else. Like, we already talked about all this talent, and then they're like, oh, by the way, check this person out. And you're like, oh, shit.
Can I ask a question? And I say
Absolutely.
this not trying to upset anyone or try and stay tribal lines. Does NXT almost have equivalent or has such a depth of talent and manages to make it work? Meanwhile, another 3-letter promotion that airs tomorrow night has, if anything, better talent and can't manage to run a cohesive show.
Oh, what the dude?
Chase U.
They gotta stop this.
Brogan Finley. It just what
Brogan.
the fuck?
Your name's Brogan. You hate school.
Yeah, well, yeah. If your name's Brogan, you've never been to a school except for homeschool at best.
You might have been homeschooled.
Spaz with a $5 super chat. According to the totally normal experts on X, yes, 100% fact checked credible Twitter accounts. Kidding. We're all bad people for watching NXT instead of new knockoff Iron Man right on time. What? Oh, he is saying about Ironheart. I see where he's going.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing of when you're here for Dynamite's and Evolve's still happening. You can trying to keep an eye on everything while still focusing on the main parts.
Right. Right now, 54% of the chat are going Grace. Is Chase U breaking up again?
I'm surprised they ever came back. Where's Ridge Holland?
I don't know.
He was the one that ended this. And why are we getting this shit on fucking weird life support?
Okay, so we're getting a flashback.
So where this ended, are we back at the end?
Are we gonna get
I don't like any of this. I don't like any of this.
Are they circling back to like who called his name?
Make it go away. Make it go away. It's fucking bad. Chase U hasn't been
Shane Douglas
before Ridge, and it's gotten fucking terrible.
Right? It should be Shane Douglas. He comes in and right? I'll teach you how to be a professor.
Well, Miles Bourne and Lexus King next week. Joe Henry versus Wesley next week.
Oh, shit. Joe versus Wesley is good. Let's go. Shaq Fu was good, but did you play Michael Jackson's Moonwalker? I never played Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
No.
That made up?
I got Lash Legend coming out right now, but
Lash Legend. No. Kind of the first, my real first recollection of her standalone entrance.
She's had it before, and allegedly they've changed the entrance music. I honestly didn't hear enough of it before when she was a singles competitor because it was always her and Jakara. So it's not one of those of like we start with one song and by the end of this match we'll start with another song.
Right.
Now, speaking of changes of songs, we both guessed it, but they've clearly changed Jordan Grace's music and very clearly got rid of the siren horn because Braun Breaker has that, and you can let him have that now.
Jordan Grace, Sand Siren.
Yeah, well, like I said, if that's where now you've given that to Braun Breaker, you don't need that right now.
Yeah, and her new entrance is all the generic.
She got Def Rebelled.
Right now that they dropped you knew when you heard the siren, it was either her or Braun. Now they got rid of the siren, so it's just very generic. But we are off and running.
Is it interesting that the group's called Def Rebel when they make music like they were deaf?
Yep, that's kind of irony.
Yeah.
Isn't it ironic? Grace getting 61%, Parker 14, Legend 11, Izzy 14. Wow.
Ooh. So we got Lash and Jakara pairing off, and we've got Izzy and Jordan on the outside.
The Juggernaut. It's straight
Oh, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker from Ashante Jordan.
right. The muscle hamster.
Is that her husband?
He might be the gerbil.
Complex. What?
He might be the gerbil. Can't believe you made me repeat it.
WWE really didn't want to pay for Grace for her entrance. No, I don't think it's really that. I think it's more of you have the air raid siren for Braun Breaker, so it becomes his kind of.
That's my vibe.
Yeah.
No, very much so. And I think, it has to be that one or the other. Is it Grace or is it Braun? Who do you want to give it to?
100% Braun. I like how even Izzy, spoiler alert, who might be the significant partner of Braun Breaker, is even pointing out of how apropos it is to where it's like Braun just heard the the doorbell ring.
Yeah, now he's like doing that full time. It's crazy. By the way,
100% a Steiner.
Oh yeah, I think Izzy and Lash should be a tag team. Who's going to stop that team? Izzy's taller than Lash.
That's surprising as hell.
And look at the size of Jordan compared to Lash here.
But though Lash versus Izzy as your into the ring post, but you build that as something for your women's title on NXT.
Oh, you could. As here we go. Miss Parker taking a boot. Okay. Good pace to the Fatal 4-Way to start off. Remember, Paxley is at ringside with Izzy.
Yeah. Low key, I want to buy an ice cream maker.
Not a bad idea.
Oh, at this point, we're just going to have all the cold treats. Pause.
Right.
Where are my ice cream bars?
Right. Oh!
Tom, what up?
Down goes Jordan. Izzy. Lash back in. Parker from the top.
Grace. Ooh. This clothesline. Jada with a shoulder barge. The longer Grace stays in NXT and doesn't win, her momentum drops. Thoughts and feelings and opinions?
No. I think with Grace, you're fine. I think Grace, a lot of this talent, look how good the talent is. Like, I think it's a testament that Jordan doesn't just come in and slam dunk the division. Like, she's got to earn it. And when she's doing shit like that tope right there, the crowd, the WWE universe is getting to know her. As long as she's performing well, you're good.
Well, and again, you run into the potential as Jada right now in control of everybody. But you run into the potential of the log jam on both main rosters of you can't have everybody at the top and everyone champion at all times.
That's it. Oh, Paxley grabbing Parker's foot. Izzy rolled up.
Whoa, small package. 1, 2.
Back elbows. This has been a hell of a main event so far.
Ben Malloy. Okay,
Ben.
AD and AZ just shouting out all the cakes as we got Zarya and Soruka dragging away Tatum. See, that's the thing is corruption versus who actually cares about you.
Right. As we go to commercial break for some out there, Lash back in the ring, a distracted Izzy. By the way, the champion and her friends are up watching.
Now, are you surprised they're watching there and not in the already sometimes implemented balcony that always happens to be there for a debut or a return?
Right. They gave them that in the old Metaphor Lounge, ironically. Oh, got her.
Oh, small package. Could you imagine they have a fucking victory and commercial break?
That'd be hilarious. Oops.
Yes, we got cakes on cakes on cakes as I got Lash right now just whopping through Jada Parker.
Just rolling up with the Compton smash.
Oh. Again, though, it gets really interesting of now that you've had this purging of the top of the NXT women's roster, who's going to be the next few to kind of fill that void?
That's what I think we're learning in this process, right? But you do have you see it kind of building now. JC's at the top. Jordan's coming. Zarya still hasn't really gotten her singles shine yet, but I think she's going after Soul sooner than later. And now you look at these women, like Lash challenges your champion. She's got a shot. Look, ding-a-ling-a-ling. Dinner's ready.
My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling. But yeah, no, well, Lash is great as it, and that's the thing is I think there's so much depth that it gets really interesting of which way you're going to go with it now. Especially because I don't think Jordan's long for NXT. We already saw Stephanie and Julia move up fast. So now you do get someone like a Lola Vice that gets a run back, a lick back at, being towards the top of the card. Does a up-and-comer like Jada Parker, leapfrog over people?
It's possible. I mean, it's really hard to say, to be honest, Nick. And a match like this will go a long way.
These both women have faced off and are slapping each other.
Holding down Izzy and Lash as they slap the shit out of each other. But the bigger ladies said, we're getting up. We've had enough of this shit.
Yeah, but this, though, to me, shows the depth of how good this division is. You can have that moment of they both feel like badasses, and then you have the two bigger women, like you said. You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
Right. As Parker setting up Izzy for the knee drops. Oh, actually, it's the booty drop.
Yeah, the posterior position. Oh,
boom. Oh, and sets up Grace.
Do it.
Miss Parker's a star. Like, let's go.
Like, what do you even call as she hits the LeBron top? But like, what do you even call that? Like, because it's a drive-by, but it's an ass-by. There's a run-by fruiting, and there's a run-by booting.
It's bombs over Baghdad, bro.
No, you can't say that.
I know, it's your fault.
Wrong. You can't say that right now in these times.
Right.
And everything.
That's just dropping the boom. Big kick by Izzy. Down goes Parker and Grace. Up goes Grace. What a hard-hitting, fast-paced, fatal four-way from these ladies tonight. Putting on
as much as it seems halfway that it should be obvious that Jordan's winning, I still believe anyone could win it at any time with this, which is good. You've taken the clear and obvious booking advantage out of the equation.
Yeah.
Yo!
Oh,
Stone, take Stone. Oh no.
Lash looks like she's trying to lift a big old sandbag. She got her up. Got her up.
It feels like 2 bags of sand.
2 count.
See, 2 bags of sand. Oh, Lash with a big forearm.
Lash setting Grace up, but we get a backstabber from Miss Parker.
Oh,
Jordan's winning, and I think partly why I believe Jordan's winning is I think Jordan's had the least amount of offense to this point. If she wasn't already the favorite.
That also really helped and really shown of that everybody's had a big moment in this. Everybody's felt like a viable challenger. This hasn't felt as obvious as it could be.
Oh, wow. Yo, she touched down and sprang up. Well, here comes Jordan. Rolls through.
Jada!
Oh, he saves it. That was a great spot.
This is a good match. This is a really good match.
Oh, this match is saving the show for me in a way. Like, it's been an okay show. This main event's kind of bringing it home nicely. Ben, we will be here for Supercard of Honor. We will be here for Saturday Night Main Event. We will be here for NXT Great American Bash, and we will be here for AEW All In. When we say we cover more live wrestling than anybody else out there, we prove it. And we will be here a couple marathons, crazy weekend. We're going 7 days this week. We're going into next week, busy, hot and heavy into July. And we got so much coming your way, including a 2-night SummerSlam. We watch all the wrestling we physically can. So make sure you tell your friends, like, share, and subscribe, Mr. Ben.
Often imitated, never implicated, never duplicated. Trust me, we're out here working plans to cover shit live. We were out here last week watching Q&A shows that were live before they were live.
Everybody! Jordan flipped over everyone to get into position.
Oh, smash.
Where's Anthony?
I'm the juggernaut, bitch.
Right?
Holy
shit chance breaking out.
Are they gonna overrun?
We still got 4 minutes on the clock.
I honestly, this match could go another 15 and I'd be fine with it.
Right? Yeah, I'm good with it.
This match is cooking, I feel.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, I hate to do it, but when we look at wrestling as a whole, like, this is just a Tuesday. It's a match. It's a setup match. But it is a hell of a fucking wrestling match. It is excellent.
Well, you've championed this at times of that WWE will get ignored for its in-ring quality because of drive-by, cheek by. It was a run by fruiting. Codebreaker.
Pick. Is Lash going to do
Lash going to dump out? Is he? Oh, no. Fight
Miss
back.
Parker. Miss Parker.
I believe in Lash Legend.
What is that move? Oh, and Jordy back up.
Right.
Stomp. What a match. Oh, my God. Lash gets thumped out of the ring.
Jada.
Oh,
KOD.
There you go.
Torture Rack Blue Thunderbomb. 1, 2. Jordan Grace wins.
Let's go. Why'd you say that so flat? That's a huge win.
What did we knew? What the fuck you mean? Like,
Jordan
we knew it was going to happen.
That was a great win.
No, it was, but we knew it was going to. I was just calling the fucking move.
You seem so.
We knew it was going to happen.
Jordan Grace wins. It was a big win.
Yeah, we knew it was going to happen. I tell you, it was a great match. It was a great showing to me for everybody else involved. We knew Jordan was going to win.
Yeah, Lash looks phenomenal. Miss Parker's a star. Izzy on the come up, like really getting hot lately.
This is your new women's division. This is the start of your new top stars in your women's division.
In a big way. And I think that, I think, Jordan, we're looking at your future NXT champion.
Oh, absolutely. Does she have to? Is she one of those that has to have a reign, even if it's a short reign, before she moves up?
I think because, like you said, like a lot of us are anticipating her on the way up. But look, there you go. NXT Women's Championship Evolution. Let's go. Should be a hell of a match. I think this is going to be one of those matches that JC, who's taken a little bit of heat for being kind of the transition champion, or surprised that she got it, she can wrestle, and I think this is going to be a really good match. Oh, okay.
No, go ahead.
Oh, they're now number one contender, so I got my wish. But we're getting
Jasper Troy's winning that.
Oh, come on, Yoshi.
Yoshi, no, we ain't playing Mario Kart World, none of that. Jasper Troy's winning that. I was going to say, is that the first match that they've officially announced for Evolution?
No, I feel like something else was already announced.
Fair enough.
I know a fact checker out there. You might be, it's like early, but I think there's something. What is there outside of guessing, which doesn't count? What else did they say was going to be on that so far?
You thought that you were going to have something with the Bellas and everything. I don't want to say fully that Chase is transitional. Go ahead.
You might be right. I can't think of what the other one would be.
Yeah, well, and I don't want to say fully that Jace is a transitional champion. I think her big shock moment was there, but I think I'm not expecting her to have a long title reign. I would fully believe if Jordan beats her.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Jordan can beat her at Evolution and then lose it at Great American Bash and then be in WWE before fucking September,
right?
or up to the main roster. You know what I mean, folks.
No,
But
fair
ladies and gentlemen, sorry, Nick, but ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. That is the live stream. NXT has gone off the air, and we will take your rating out of 10 as we do every single night. Let us know, what did you like? What didn't you like? What was good? What was bad? What was in between? But overall, I thought a pretty good NXT. The main event, to me, that was a hell of a match. That might have been better than any of the Fatal 4-Ways we got for Queen of the Ring.
Or King in the Ring.
Maybe, too.
Right? Anthony, who Jasper Troy wrestling next week? He is wrestling Yoshi.
Yoshi, let's go, Yosh.
For the number one contendership against Obafemi. 7.5, 6.5. Mega, that was an okay show. 6.5. Ooh. 7.5, 7.5. How are you feeling?
I'm kind of in that range. I think the show overall was like a 7.5. Maybe I bump into a 7.5. A little bit of bonus for like Dale 8s. I could see how you could get to an 8. I feel like there was it was a little bit of a lighter show, which is okay. I ain't mad about it. I just it was a very okay show.
Yeah,
great main event.
I feel like WWE right now has kind of just been in that mold of having, I don't know if it's because we're going towards Night of Champions, but you'll have your big moments like the pipe bomb and everything, but beyond that, you're having okay shows.
Yeah,
nothing super to write home about, but okay. Not bad, but not great either.
Just getting by, right? I think a little bit with NXT right now, and I mean tonight's a good bit of hope for NXT as far as you see the top level of that women's division filling out. The men's, again, a little light. Like, we're right now, Oba is being challenged by Jasper, who just got here, and Yoshi, who's not even sure if he is here. It's
well, is that an indictment of how weak the top
bit
of the men's division on NXT is?
A tiny bit.
Now you're literally relying on LFG and Noah,
right,
to provide your challenges for your champion.
Yeah, like if you're a wrestler out there right now, male, and you think you can bring something to the table, I'd be knocking on that NXT door, because I think there's a lot of opportunity to kind of get up to the top of the the top of the ladder pretty quick if you played your cards right.
Facts. But FTK all day, 10 out of 10. So we're saying WWE is resting on their laurels. A little bit. Honestly, I think that they're phoning it in a little bit.
No, I don't really feel that way, and maybe that's a little bit of my lean, but I think they're just, you can't always be at 11. You gotta, you can't always be
but you normally fall back to 10 or 9. These fuckers, they're like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I don't again. I mean, I'd have to go back to kind of verify, but I do feel like there's been some really outstanding shows with outstanding kind of moments. So yeah, we kind of get a light and fluffy one, more for a build. Right now, they're kind of building 2 pay-per-views at the same time. So yeah, like I don't know that they're resting as much as they're just kind of in a lull. And in NXT, you see the influx of all this new talent as they just lost some names, right? So
is this the breakdown before they start to wire up and ramp up for SummerSlam or everything? Like, this is where you kind of break it down, do.
Yeah.
And then we get towards SummerSlam, do.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of that calm before the storm, a little bit of getting your ducks in a row before you march out into the field. And again, I just don't think, and I know wrestling fans are very short.
No, that's just one podcaster who's very short and likes to fucking drive invisible cars and everything. He'll wear sunglasses indoors and just screams at windows that don't exist.
Oh my!
But yeah, no, they're not all short. Might have short attention spans.
The short-term memory is a little, a little affected by some of our choices. So, but right. I do think that not every show is like, we want every show to be amazing, and we should expect that, but they're not going to be. So tonight I thought was a good show.
Have to admit when some shows aren't that great, when some shows miss the mark. Not every show is you put in your best effort. Sometimes it's you got some egg on your face. Pause.
Well, and I mean, again, if you're a person that's known for putting up points or putting up dingers or whatever the sport is, or you're used to running for 100 yards or whatever, and you have a game that you only did 85. Is it no, it happens, right? You don't always hit your mark. You don't always maintain. And I think that's okay. I think, it's a long year with a lot of shows, but I don't think they're resting. I think they're reloading more than resting.
Fair. But I will say, I don't think this is more, 85 yards on 10 carries. I think this might be more, 65 yards on 16 carries type of vibe.
Maybe.
Might be slogging through some things, but
I also don't
know. And again, I don't. Is it crucifiable? No. I mean, we had crucifinos, but it's still above water. It's still an enjoyable show. Is it groundbreaking? Is it landmark? No, but yeah.
Well, I mean, ultimately, like I said, I think that's where I get mad at certain tribalists, right? Like on both sides of the docket of. Like they're allowed to have a bad show. Like, dude, you keep saying, "Oh, another amazing show," and you go through all your tweets, and every week you said this was another amazing show. You're probably lying. You're probably not accurate. So it doesn't make you a bad fan to go, "Well, tonight was an okay one." But again, as much as, and I think what the saving grace with WWE, like an NXT tonight, is it might not have been like the blow your socks off show. But you kind of see the chess pieces moving around going, well, I want to see that match. I want to see what they're going to do here. I want to see Ricky Ethan. Like there's things kind of falling into place that were, like I said, it's a bit of that reload. Nona's in the kitchen cooking and you can smell it. You're just waiting for it to be ready.
Well, and everybody's watched a game in any sort of sport aspect or anything to where a team just kind of ekes it out by an inch or by a mile, Fast and the Furious, to where they still, it may not be their best showing, but it still wasn't their worst showing.
Yeah, and it might not be their best, but it doesn't mean it's bad ultimately. And I think if I still say it, I mean, Captain Pom Pom out there, Mr. Meltzy, just really just be honest, dude. You will help the product if you're honest. Just be honest, because when you start being honest out loud and people start echoing it, then you see the companies try and augment, and they shouldn't listen to every whim. They should actually play off of some of the whims of the fans. But the collective, like a Karrion Kross is a great one. You build all that momentum behind a guy, you got to get on that momentum. And if more people were saying, oh man, I wish these shows were a little more organized or better booked, then it would help. But if everyone tells you it's great and pats you on the butt, we're going about business.
Right, but we might be on laurels and morals now. So with WWE.
Right, but that is it. I mean, that's pretty much the sentiment here tonight. Pretty solid show from most people's standards. But overall, could have been a little bit better. Not, didn't blow our socks off. That all being said, don't forget Sunday, wrestling with men with mental health. It's going to be a fun one. Open discussion for men's mental health, and we're looking forward to this a lot. Please be a friend, tell a friend, male, female, everybody invited, wrestling fan, not wrestling fan. We want to see this one have a really good crowd. We really want to get into it. Dynamite tomorrow night, the return of Ibushi, apparently the only thing that matters. And like, share, subscribe. Nick, NXT was good, man. It was okay.
Good, but not great. Again, we have to acknowledge that sometimes shit can be average. And I think tonight was average.
That's allowed.
But our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that rest, you put up with that for life with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, come back tomorrow. We got Ibushi. See you on the flip side. Good night.